Hey everyone. Today would have been my mom's birthday. She's been gone for about 17 years now, but even though she's not here anymore, I still carry a lot of the wisdom and the knowledge that she shared with me. And it's really helped me to have an amazing life, especially when it comes to love and marriage. And I just wanted to share a few of her tidbits of wisdom with you all today. So I do have a verse that really reminds me of her that I would like to read. It's Proverbs 31 and 26. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. So that was my mom. She was very wise, she was very kind. And despite the difficult life that she had, she worked really hard every day for her family, for her kids, and she worked to instill a lot into me so that I could have a better life than what she did. So when I was in college, I was a very focused person. I was focused on my studies and just really trying to get through college. And I remember her sitting me down and telling me that it's okay to fall in love. It's okay to get married and to start a family. And that was really helpful for me. It was kind of a mind shift for me. I had been in that season of my life where I was just in school. And so being able to speak with her and realize I was really kind of shifting into that era, that adult era, where I started planning for my own family, it was really helpful for me for her to just kind of mentally set that stage for me. She didn't say it with pressure, but she said it with permission. So, what she did with those words, so simple but so powerful, she basically helped me open my heart and mind to love. Love is not a distraction, it's something that's sacred, it's something that's worth pursuing. And I have to thank her for helping me just realize that I was entering into that season. What it did really was she helped me approach dating intentionally and not out of fear and not out of just a sense of casualness that wasn't really going to be helpful in the long run of my life. Another thing she told me when it comes to bedroom activities, basically, keep that to yourself. Keep your business to yourself. Do not have lots of people, in your home, minding your personal business. There are certain things about yourself that need to be private and stay private. You don't have to share everything with your friends. Um, Question the closest confidants. Make sure that that even makes sense. I'm a big advocate of having a counselor. Most of us maybe have just a few, one or two, or like I said, maybe just your counselor. But when it comes to those really sacred parts of your life, you really want to be careful about who you disclose that information to because a lot of times it can be used against you. And it's not about shame, right? This is really about wisdom because everyone does not deserve access to those most secret parts of your life. I've been married now for over 14 years, and I see that she was completely right. You do have to learn how to set boundaries. And boundaries is really just a protection, making sure that what is private, what should be private, that stays private. And that was amazing advice that she gave me. And this next tidbit is all about a slow cooker. So when I was dating my husband, who is now my husband, my mom was trying to mentally kind of get me ready. She wanted me to prepare. She didn't say that, but she kind of allowed her actions to show that. And one of the things she did to help prepare me was she brought me this slow cooker, um, kept it in a box. Basically, wanted me to keep in mind when I do get married and I have a family, figuring out how to cook and how to cook for my family and feed and provide for my family nice, nutritious food is something that you're always figuring out a little bit every day. And she was trying to help me get ready for that because she was a really big slow cooker. I love slow cooking. It was a great tip actually, and I think there's a lot of beauty in the wisdom of that because a lot of times when it comes to marriage and building a life with another person, we focus on the big wedding and the flashy, social media, this and that, and how much attention did it get? Really, that pales in comparison to figuring out how you're going to manage the day to day and the responsibility that you have within your family. And so, for me, figuring out the food piece is something I'm always working on, actually. So, she was right on with that. She wanted me to be ready to take care of a family and not to only just take care of myself. And that was a mental transition that I had to go through, definitely. And I think she knew that. And that really is why I think she got that slow cooker and made it sit in the pantry. It was there, up until when she passed. I still have the slow cooker, actually. I go back and forth on maybe tossing it. I did use it initially. I don't use it anymore. I bought a much fancier one. Um, I still go back and forth with it because it's not usable, but it's just such an amazing memory. It's the only thing I have from her that you know, kind of she bought, I guess, as a pre-wedding gift since she wasn't alive when I got married. So it has tremendous sentimental value, and I just don't know where to put it because I don't really like uh, not usable things in my house. But I continue to wrestle with it. It took me some years to kind of look back and think back on this next point, but my mom, she was a single mom. We had a really tough time growing up. Although she didn't show it, she didn't complain. I have eyes and I have ears, and I'm a pretty smart person, so I figured out things quickly. But despite how difficult life was for her, and despite the difficulties that we had in our life because she was a single mom, she never put down marriage. She never put down relationships. She always encouraged me um, to get married one day. She was very positive and supportive of the idea of being married. That she wanted to be married. I know she did, but unfortunately, that did not work out in the long run for her. And so, even though I didn't grow up in a traditional two-parent household, I was taught from an early age to have the reverence and respect of a two-parent household, of a traditional family. And I have her to thank for that. She could have came in with bitterness, but she was able to see beyond her own situation and think about my future and my potential and what life might look like for me, and she was very careful of the seeds that she planted in my mind. So I never grew up, being told the marriage was like unrealistic or a lot of the things that you hear today, negative aspects of marriage. I was taught that it was something really beautiful, that you put a lot of yourself into, that you honor, that you cherish, that you work at every day, and I have her to thank for that. And to piggyback off of that, I'm an adult now, so I see my childhood through adult eyes. But looking back, I never heard her say anything negative about my father, which is pretty amazing to look back and think through. So I did not grow up with um, very negative mindset instilled in me about men and the men in my life. I was kind of left to form my own opinions, which I did as I got older. But she, again, was very careful of the impressions that she set in my mind for me, thinking about the long term of my life. And that just really worked out tremendously for me. And I have her to thank for that. So even though she's not here anymore, so much of who I am is because of her. Sometimes when I hear my own voice, it reminds me of her. It it comforts me and makes me sad at the same time. Lots of mixed emotions. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. But hopefully, some of these tidbits of wisdom were helpful for you. Please know if you've lost your mom, I see you and I'm with you. I'm on that journey with you. I know that it's not easy. And for those of you all who have not lost your moms, hopefully you do have a great relationship with your mom. Cherish her, pull all the wisdom out that you can. And if you have any comments or questions, as always, please do leave them below the video. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Take care.